Hello everyone, I'm Benitez, Library Assistant here at the Seguin Public Library. I'm here today with Salim S from SOFA, the Society for Financial Awareness, in the second video in our financial literacy series. And this video is going to be taking control of your cash. So let's see what Salim's got for us today.
Good morning, folks. I would like to welcome you to today's workshop on behalf of Seguin Public Library Society for Financial Awareness, which is a nonprofit organization, and myself. My name is Salim Ali, and I'll be talking to you about taking control of your cash and eliminating debts today. Although money may not be able to buy happiness, it is an important part of life. And yet, only until recently, very few schools have taught the fundamental of money management and credit. As a result, many of us have adopted our spending and saving behaviors from the environment. And some of us find it difficult to manage our money or make an effective plan for the future. Contrary to popular belief, the key to financial success is being born wealthy or having friends in high places. It's making informed decisions. The financial choices we make, big or small, are based on understanding and informed decisions. Some of them are fairly basic financial concept and a willingness to build on that knowledge throughout our life. However, knowing the fundamentals of money management is only half the battle. The other half is understanding the way we relate to money. We have to maintain a perspective about the factors that affect our financial decisions making process, which is critically important. There's two words out there, wants versus needs. Let me tell you a little bit about them. People commonly misinterpret their wants as needs. This is what leads many of us with the poor financial choices. We tend to spend our money on things we think we need. Do you really need a 55-inch TV, the latest video game system, or the newest iPhone? These may be great products, but in truth, we want these items only to satisfy our emotions and social desire. We think they will gain us acceptance or happiness. Spending money on things we think we need or that we think will create happiness for us is based on the notion that we can accurately predict how we feel in the future after the item has been purchased. When you say to yourself, I can't live without that new phone, you're predicting that your life will be much, much better afterwards. In fact, you can live without a new phone. After all, you would have had to do without one if they had never been invented. And we have another battle between emotions and logic. Numerous studies have examined the emotional impact of a purchases that we overestimate the intensity and the duration of our emotional reaction. The effect a purchaser will have on future events. Let's take a case. We believe that buying a TV will create happiness and fulfillment because we can't accurately forecast the emotional consequences of the purchase. Unfortunately, for all of us, the thrill of a new purchase is usually only temporary. As a result, we often find ourselves repeating a pattern very similar to the cycle of death. We purchase an item we mistakenly believe will make us happy. The item loses value to us over time. We look for the next item to make us happy, and then another, and so on. A simple experiment will help us keep the wants versus need debate in the forefront of our mind as we shop. For 1 week, classify every item you see in an advertisement or on a store shelf as a want or a need. You don't have to have any intent to actually purchase the item. In fact, it's better if you don't. You simply placing each product in one category or the other. It's revealing exercise, and it can particularly be very meaningful if you have children. Invite them to join in and also help them gain an appreciation for the spending decisions you have to make for your family. You may be surprised at how long the game will linger in your mind beyond that week. Another step in gaining control of our financial life is coming to the understanding that your self worth has nothing to do with your net worth. Money does not make the person, it is who they are on the inside that defines their life. Many people have lived rich, fulfilling lives without ever earning a six-figure income. They've done so by coming to terms with the fact that wealth is subjective and most often have nothing to do with earnings. Relinquishing the association of money and self-worth allows the individual to dismantle the psychological barrier holding them back from living productive financial lives. As with anything in life, you have to make a decision to change your relationship with money. Most of us are resistant to change. However, many of the greatest personal and professional achievements have been accomplished by taking an unconventional approach to the norm. You may have to step out of your comfort zone, but it could be the best thing you have ever done, just like the promise of a new day. A fresh financial perspective can enhance your quality of life. Changing your relationship with money can be done, and it may take considerable effort and persistence. Although it sounds obvious, one of the first decisions you need to make is to live for yourself and not others. Don't worry about keeping pace with other people's spending habits or lifestyle. Live according to your financial situations. Just as you wouldn't want to compete against Olympic gold medalists or if you weren't a great swimmer. Keeping up with the Jones isn't possible if you don't have a similar income. You shouldn't live in fear of your finances. Your financial dealings are serious. However, you're in control even if it doesn't always feel like it. It's important to recognize that financial choices are just that. You can control your savings, expenses, and even your earnings. However, you have to adopt the mindset to do so. Oftentimes, it is unconscious boundaries we establish that limits a family, that limits our ability to use money to better a situation. As you begin to build up your feelings of self worth and developing a positive attitude about yourself and about money, you'll be able to function positively and effectively. Granted, when you're in difficult financial situation, these ideas seem daunting, but in reality, the timing couldn't be better. An unhealthy relationship with money causes far more damage than good. A number of studies have indicated the impact of poor financial decisions. The serious side effect of a poor relationship with money can include stress, depression, substance abuse, lack of motivation, and a host of related illness. There's no point of in waiting for a situation to improve before you tackle your money issue. Delaying would be like waiting until the rain stops before you buy an umbrella. The question comes up is what makes us happy? And that's a challenging aspect of your transformation can be refocusing on the things that bring you joy. It's often been said the best thing in life are free. And it's true. It's important to focus on non-material things, friends, family members, and activities that bring you happiness. The challenge for some of us is developing an understanding of what it means to be happy. Unfortunately, some people convince themselves that they don't deserve happiness and accept the circumstances far too easily. They may even sabotage the efforts to achieve happiness. The truth of the matter is that happiness, like many other things in life, needs to be nurtured. Each of us is built differently, so what makes you happy may differ from someone else. Spend a few minutes, each day thinking about the things that make you happy. The few minutes will give you the opportunity to focus on positive things in life and can help you lead to continued happiness. It's also important as well to take some time each day to do something nice for yourself, whether you treat yourself to lunch, take a long relaxing bath, or simply spend a few extra minutes on your appearance. Use subconsciously, put yourself in a better mood. Finding the humor in situation can also lead to happiness. While there are times that require you to be serious when it's appropriate, find ways to make light of a situation that would otherwise make you unhappy. It's, you can also surround yourself with happy people. It's easy to begin to think negatively when you're surrounded by people who think that way. On the other side, if you're around people who are happy, the emotional state can be very infectious. When something goes wrong, try to figure out a solution instead of walling yourself in it. Truly happy people don't allow setbacks and affect their mood because they know that. Although you can find a wide variety of personal finance guides and other self-help books, the key to financial success is probably already inside you. You not only have to want to succeed, you have to be willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals. Some years back, my friend befriended a local cashier who was desperate to accept the day-to-day drudgery of the store and live life on his own terms. The financial challenge seemed enormous. How would he retire early and get out from behind the counter? As it turns out, he didn't need financial planner. He simply needed to look at his own resources and capabilities to find the answer. The first part of this solution required a drastic attitude change. The cashier didn't feel that he had the time or ability to learn new skills, yet he could find different jobs. So he decided to work harder at the job he already had, but they didn't seem to make his goal any more obtainable. Rather than continue to feel sorry for himself, he worked 7 days a week for 9 years straight, applying his well developed work ethics and principles to build the financial cushion he dreamed of. Not only did he work hard, he also started living far beneath his means. He rented a smaller apartment, saved just about all his disposable income. Sure enough, at the end of 9 years, he was able to retire on his own terms. While this is a story of extreme, it also teaches a powerful lesson. In order to bring about change, we have to examine a situation objectively and decide to make the most of our resources. Financial success. Financial success can be attributed to challenging one boundaries our boundaries of comfort. We have to get out of the comfort zone and just do the and keep doing what's ordinary. Your result will probably, and if you keep doing ordinary, your results will ordinary be probably with just that ordinary. So how can you do something extraordinary? Here are a couple of tips. First, educate yourself. Second, team up. Find somebody that can help you. Third, like a mentor. Third, create a plan. Follow a well-defined plan. And finally, take small steps. You don't need to be able to walk before you can run. And taking small steps would change your lifestyle improve your chances for success. Okay, now we're going to talk about developing a plan. The single most important thing you can do to ensure a strong future is to develop a spending plan. Your specific plan will be directed by the goals you develop and the financial resources you have available to reach them. The thought of creating a comprehensive plan may seem overwhelming. It is surprisingly easy and will help ensure that you are on track to achieve your goal. With an effective spending plan in place, you'll be better positioned to manage all the various aspects of your finances, including your spending, use of credit, savings, and investing. Development of a personal spending plan involves several painless steps. Each one is important and all must be coordinated if the financial plan is to succeed. Going further on creating your spending plan, examine your income and expenses with a long way to, and that will go a long way in helping you establish that emergency fund. I don't know about you, but I believe in Murphy's laws. With whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Therefore, you have to prepare for the unexpected. I know how do I plan for the unexpected? Well, the easiest thing is to have a cash on hand. Your emergency fund should consist of savings equivalent to anywhere between 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Many of us live by the safety net of, oh, that will never happen to me. Well, surprise, emergencies can happen to anyone at any time. People get sick, deal with unexpected expenses, and face the reality of unemployment. To overcome these storms, you need savings to get you through. As these emergencies can happen at any time, you want to keep these funds in an account you can access quickly should the need arise. They are a member of savings account that offers you a higher interest rate than your local bank may offer. So conduct an internet search for high yielding savings accounts. Well, who's the best person to guide you in your financial situation? You become your own financial guru. Granted, you may need a little help getting started. However, there are thousands of not for-profit agencies that offer the public free financial analysis. Speaking with a certified credit counselor will help you establish an initial game plan, as well as identify the information you may need to know your financial situation. Once you know where you're coming from and where you are at the moment, you can use a host of resources to plan your financial destination. I encourage you to become your own financial guru with your certified credit counselor. You may be asking yourself, do I really need a credit counselor if you just don't seem to have any money left over at the end of the month to make your ends meet? Or you're among the million of Americans struggling to make more than a minimum credit card payment? Then yes, you need a credit counselor. Don't worry, most people do. One of the biggest problem credit counselors see regularly is uncomfortable high credit card debts, which can really devastate a family budget. Unfortunately, recent bank losses have resulted in reduced consumer credit lines, increased interest rate, and higher monthly payments for many cardholders. For the average household who has roughly 14,000 in credit card debts, making the minimum monthly payment on an account with this balance at 18% interest, a whopping 350 could take more than 31 years to repay. Even worse, it could cost more than 24,000 in interest on top of the 14,000 that you borrowed. So let's take this example a step further. If you were among the many consumers who made a late payment or two and triggered a penalty interest rate at 29.99 at about 30% for purchases, the same debt could cost you $490 a month to repay, and the interest rate could skyrocket to 34,000. How much people could manage that kind of debt? How many people? Not too many. Before calling a credit counseling agency, they experience anxiety, sleeplessness, and generally uncertain about their family future. People worry day and night about how to deal with the debts. Many have lost hope of ever meeting even a basic financial goals and appropriate accounts. Unmanageable debt can take heavy tolls, but when they finally decide to get control of the finances, counselors were ready to help. There are a couple of debts repayment uh, strategy you can use. One of the most popular method is the debit debt snowball method, where you commit extra funds to pay off your account, starting with the smallest balance first while paying minimum payment on larger debts. When the smaller debts is paid off, go to the next larger debts and repeat. You do this until all your debts are repaid. You can use a variation of debt snowball approach, where you commit the bulk of your funds to the account with the highest interest rate. When you paid off that account, move on to the second highest interest rate, and so on. If debt is causing you significant strain, you may want to talk to a credit counseling agency, which we already mentioned. Chances are you may have already heard about a debt management program, or commonly known as DMP, where a counselor who you work with will determine if you qualify for DMP. If you do, you'll receive benefits that can make paying your credit cards and other unsecured debts easier. Bill can be included in debt management program includes credit card, personal loans, unsecured, personal loans secured by household item, past due balances, and collection account. Almost everything can be part of it. The program would work. A participant would enjoy is, I mean, the benefit to you that you would enjoy would be one convenient monthly payment, lower monthly payments, reduced interest rate, elimination of late or over limit fees, ongoing education, access to nationally credit certified credit counselors, and full support of the association. Throughout the course of DMP, you'll receive education and money savings idea that will help you avoid future debts and gain a better understanding of how to manage your credit. That's it, folks. I appreciate your time and thank you for attending this seminar. And if you need any further help, you have my phone number and my contact info update. Please contact me. Thank you again. Have a nice day.